Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 9 of Thaumcraft 5. We're currently standing outside a new hobbit hole that I built during a live stream mostly. Yeah, that was the last live stream that I did last week. So what we've got here is pretty much the same stone arch thing that I have over at the other dude, but I've decided to go with andesite. No, diorite? Yeah, that's diorite, I think. I've got to get used to the new names. As well as an Acacia Door, very exposed here. It's kind of almost like a iron prison cell sort of thing. Let's go ahead and head inside, and what we can find is that I've done a bit of interior decorating here as well, because for the most part, by the way, this is going to be basically our ladder down to our mine. You can see it goes down pretty deep right there, and so I figured I might as well build it out of some earthen materials. I've just got a little bit of storage here for all the various things that you need to bring up that are useless junk, and then a chest here for actual loot, so that you can basically just come up, dump off your inventory, head back down. I still need to get a water drop in here, but let's just quickly jump down, trying to be careful. And I have done the same trick that I did in TC4, chunk mining, which is basically where you dig out an entire chunk at diamond level in a desperate attempt basically to try and find diamonds. And I have pretty much gone through 2 full chunks here, and I'm about to go through this third one. Haven't found any diamonds underground yet at all in this entire series. We've got a whole bunch of water shards over here. I think I understand a little bit more why people are saying that it's not a good idea to stick around in one place for too long, that don't get attached to your bases basically in TC5 at the moment, because there's something to do. I'm thinking it's something to do with the crystals and the whole aura thing, because they kind of act like batteries for this dude, so I'm guessing that Vs sort of comes out of the node and makes more aqua crystals, I think is how it might work, assuming these guys are in the same chunk, which I'm not sure if they are actually. But that's maybe what I'm thinking is happening. That's just a guess on that department. And that reminds me of something that I need to remember as well for that. So yeah, that's what's going on there, chunk mining. I need to do more of that off camera. You can see that I've gone over to now thaumium tools exclusively, since making some thaumium in the last episode. This pick that I'm using here though doesn't have a repair or anything on it yet. I've only done a couple of level 30 enchants right now. I've got this dude here, which it said it had efficiency 4, so I was kind of hoping that it would have repair on there as well. Just efficiency kind of gypped me there. Thaumcraft, vanilla Thaumcraft, Minecraft mechanics. But I did get repair 2, protection 4 pants, which is pretty sweet, and I obviously need to get back up to level 30 before I can do some more enchanting. My enchanting setup, I set this up during the live stream as well. That is up here. But basically the sort of facade thing here, this kind of andesite, no, this is andesite I think. It's andesite sort of pathway, just kind of working with this a little bit. I might change it out, I'm not too sure if I'm happy with it. I might go with coarse dirt, because that's a thing now. And I've also got these very simple Nitor sort of little fence pylon things that I'm just going to basically try and do something with this when we eventually get the area set up. Just have this them generally all over the place. I think that's going to look pretty good. What else have I changed around here? Got some stairs in here now. I literally just put that in, I think, a few hours ago. And then, yeah, this is just the enchanting setup, just bonked in the world right here. This is probably going to move, but I just needed it somewhere before we got going on to get enchanting going, basically. Anyway, man, I'm so rambly today. It's time to head into the nether. The night approacheth, but the nether is hereth. Over in this fieldeth. Oh, hello, zombie pigman. Apparently you're a thing now. Hello, Zesto. He's in my world. Top over into the nether. I saw in the... Oh, jeez. Okay. Fighting a dude. I saw in the comments of the last video that somebody had suggested something with the current version of Thaumcraft, version 5.0.3. Man, my brain is so rambly today. You doing anything to do with flux and taint and all of that stuff here in the nether basically doesn't affect your taint levels, because there aren't any. At least in this version of the mod, which Asnor's probably going to fix. Is there zombies outside? It must have been from when I killed that dude just before. Alright, just go ahead and let him in, and yeah, they suggested that we build a little safe room around the portal, which I have done. So now we have a nice area to do some more stuff with this guy today. I would like to get started with the, this guy right here, Essentia Distillation. But in order to get crafting this stuff now, you need to make these brass plates. And to make brass plates, you need alchemical brass ingots. Those guys are going to annoy me. And the nether portal as well. Let's see. Sounds, environment, and bad guys. Well, friendlies are off, apparently. Turn me back on. Is the portal still going to be a thing? I'm not sure. Yeah, the portal looks like it's still going to be a thing. Let's see if we can find it. It might. Let's just do that. Maybe that's gonna solve the problem, but it's gonna be like complete silence now. I'd rather have complete silence than this in the video the whole time. That's for sure. Anyway, so we need to get brass ingots going. The recipe for the brass ingots, that's actually down here, isn't it? Here it is. So you take an iron ingot as your catalyst, an aqua, and potentia. Now I was looking through my chests and I found that a redstone's got some potentia in there, so that's going to help out there. And cactus is the only thing around that has aqua inside it that we have already available access to. We could use water, but that's, you know, that's a waste of a whole bucket right there. Alright, so let's see if we can get this recipe going. Now, we're going to need to make 2 of these at a time because of the way the redstone works. So, 1 redstone, 1 cactus, and we are going to be left over with a heap of aspects, but because we're in the nether, that's all good. So, let's get silently started with this. Throw those in, and get that, and yeah, okay, that ate my metallum, because of course it did. Okay, let's just try that again. I actually didn't bring enough spare iron, so I will need to quickly head back and get some more. So I probably need to do the trick where I throw both of them in simultaneously. Is probably the best plan there. You guys get back down. I will need to get some more water as well. I'm probably only going to do a couple of these on camera just to show you the concept. So let's try that again. I've got to let the water boil though. There we go. So throw the redstone in, cactus, and the iron, and now we've got ourselves some alchemical brass ingots. Very cool. So 3 metallum and 1 instrumentum. You kind of turn, well, you know, in metallums into instrumentum. Alright. Bit of a musical number right there. Next up, let's do another batch here. There we go. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these off camera here. Oh man, that one got burned up again as well there. Did I have my numbers mixed up? I'm pretty sure I had 2 cacti. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these guys off camera, and I'll return once I have 16, I believe, was it? No, 18. I need 18 alchemical brass ingots for actually crafting up the stuff that we're going to need. Hey, welcome back. Very close up there, thanks to our little pumpkin lantern. I have the 18 alchemical brass ingots now, the sort of the minimum requirement, I would say, to get started with Essentia Distillation. So let's go ahead and head in here to see what recipe that we're going to need. Looks like we're going to need a crucible, 5 cobblestone, a furnace, and a bunch of brass plates, and the brass plates are made with those. And I think they're just in the workbench for free by the looks of it, so I think you need to turn all those actually. Yes, sir, does, and I don't think you can turn them back. No, so now we have all brass plates now. Let's actually just scan these. I did check the basic brass ingots with the thermometer, but it doesn't look like these dudes do any of that stuff. I haven't checked these thaumium tools either, no. There is no no. Oh no, this is still instrumentum, but you know, it's kind of changed. It's a bit wacky. Anyway, we have all these now. Do I have any spare ferni? I don't think I do, actually. So let's get a bit of cobblestone going, as well as the... yeah, we're going to need another cauldron now, aren't we? So we need to get one of our blocks of iron out. Yeah, and turn that into a cauldron, and then turn that into a thing, a crucible, by right-clicking on it in the world. My magic wand is in here. Okay, we're going to need to get in here, though, to make the cauldron first. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, that's the cauldron out of the way, so I can stick that here. I guess I need to get the furnace going first. Recommended. So get that dude. I get that. We're going to need 2 of these brass plates, like that. And 5 of that. And we're going to need some wandage as well. Throw that in there when we get our first Essentia Smeltery. Oh man, I should have probably got my discount rings out for that. I forgot about that. Anyway, so now we have this dude. Let's just scan that with the thermometer as well, and it doesn't look like that's going to be doing anything. Well, now we have this thing, but it's not all that useful all by itself, is it? Yeah, let's just throw that down somewhere just to get us started. Let's do it like right there. It looks like actually a little bit of the texture has moved over from TC4, kind of this frontier area where you can sort of see inside the old Thaumcraft in-game logo. It seems like Azinor's added a whole bunch of these little holes on the side. I wonder what they're going to be used for. Looks like the actual internal UI is pretty much exactly the same. I don't have any elementum to put in there at the moment. I haven't made any. I should probably get on to making some now that I have the station in the nether. But for now we'll just go ahead and use a couple of bits of coal. But yeah, you can't actually do anything with it yet, can you? You can break stuff down now, but it's only going to end up in this little internal buffer storage right here. If we want to use it, you know, to like get Essentia out, purified Essentia as it were, we need to craft some Arcane Alembics. Thankfully, the Thaumonomicon can help us out with the Alembic step. Looks like that's going to be a bucket. I haven't prepared this far ahead. Looks like I'm actually going to need some great wood from our old great wood tree friend here. So let's head over and get... Oh man, I don't want to like take too much, but we have to take some. So let's get 5 blocks is pretty much what we need. Turn those into the great wood planks. That is the minimum number of planks required. Well, I guess you could technically do it with 1 alembic, but you can have a maximum of 5, so you might as well go for the maximum on your sort of general purpose use one that you're going to have. Looks like we're going to need 2 Essentia filters per. Man, that's actually gotten more expensive now as well, so that's going to be 1 silver log per. So we're actually going to need to take 2 of these. Do that. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be a couple left over, but that's okay. So let's get those back in the chest. And the gold is in here. Thankfully, I've got a whole heap of blocks stored up. So we're going to need, how many? 5 times is 10. So that is perfectionado. Get those guys. And I think they actually take a heck of a lot of Vs now to do as well. Is that charged back up? Almost. It actually hasn't done... Oh no. It didn't charge up at all. It looks like it basically, to charge up, it needs to be... I don't know if you can be equipping something else and have it still charge. No, you actually need to hold it. Man, you've got to like AFK this thing. That's just more of a pain than anything else, to be honest. Having to AFK it like that. That's my opinion, though. 23.75. Okay, do I have anything that can do the discount? I don't think I have. No. I don't have either of the rings, so just go ahead and make all of those, I think. Yeah, and that drains about 100 Vs, okay. So while we're doing other stuff, we can run around and get that. What else did we need? Let's head back in here. So we're going to need... so we're going to need more buckets, I think, is the last thing that I need. I had those 2 buckets before that I had on me, but I want to make some extra ones. So let's get... we're going to need 5 buckets total, okay. So let's get... just turn a decent amount of that, so I just don't have to worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... There you go, kind of limit yourself like that on the crafting. So that's 5 of those. Let's get these great wood planks in next. And I think these things were right here. There you go. And the Essentia filters. Oh, I guess I can quickly scan the filters. And let's scan the planks while we're at it as well. I get this thing down just to make sure. Not sure if I scanned them with the precursor blocks, actually. I'll have to check that some other time. Let's get this thing back in here. No doubt it'll cost those. But yeah, that's those out of the way. And that's 5 Arcane Alembics. I can... Can I? No, I still can't. Dang it. Alright, but there you go. There's the Arcane Olympics. Looks like we're only able to get 2 before we ran out of aqua juice. Alright. Looks like we're going to have to take a quick little break here. I know it's going to charge up fairly quickly if that's the only thing that it charges. Okay, that's a little pro tip mechanic on the charging of your wand right there. How far up do we need that to go? What was the 50? So about 150 or so? Yeah, that's almost done already, so that's pretty good. Bada bang! Almost, not quite. Ready, steady. Oh, it looks like it's having to charge auto up at the same time now that they reach the same level. There we go. Hopefully that's going to be all of the crafting with the wand out of the way for todaysies. Let's throw these Arcane Olympics on top and see what we get. Okay, yeah, it looks the whole the Alembic has got a complete redesign there as well. And it looks like you can actually stand on there, yeah. That's convenient, but you can't like right click, you have to shift while you're placing as well. Okay, let's just head up the mountain here just to throw these last two on. Right, so now that we have this thingy here, we can actually start to break things down into their component Essentia, which is going to be really, really helpful. One other thing that we should probably craft before we try using this thing, though, is some of the glass. Where my glass blocks right here now. So I need to get some of those and some wood. I've got wood on me already. Let's go ahead and make a couple of the void jars as well. So if in case you can't remember, the recipe for that is a slab of any type and then 7 of the panes of any type. So just go ahead and take, looks like I can make 2 with one of those. So let's just go ahead and get 2. It looks like it's going to take a little bit of these as well there. Thankfully we've charged up enough aqua. Man, aqua is being used all over the show today apparently. I hope we're not draining our nodes or anything. Oh, looks like the night's here, so we'll just quickly sleep the night away. And then get to using the Arcane Alembic. It kind of sucks that this thing it makes flux now, like 20% of the stuff is just gone. But it was kind of overpowered the way it was before, how it was like 100% efficient. Yeah, I can kind of understand how your basic one needs to be inefficient to get you started, but hopefully the advanced one, way at the end of Thaumcraft, is going to be okay. Alright, let's see if we can get something in there to kind of demonstrate how it works. What am I going to break down? I've got a bunch of whole cobblestone. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw some cobblestone in there and see what happens. So you take your cobblestone, and it looks like it disappeared and reappeared again. So here we go, we've got the orange progress bar on the side here, you've got your flame in the middle indicating the amount of fuel inside the thing, your fuel slot here and the item slot on the top, just like with a normal furnace, and then yeah, the internal buffer is filling up here. Looks like this has actually gotten a retexture, it's a lot brighter purple now. And then if you look up here in the Alembic, you can see now that it's showing you how much stuff is in there, but it looks like it's going to be going out pretty slowly because I didn't use Elementum. Yeah, I haven't used these things very much with things that weren't Elementum. What's the recipe for Elementum? I've actually forgotten. Let's just have a quick check. Okay, those aren't going to be too hard to craft. Looks like we're going to need some Periditio, but we should be able to take out this guy right here with the water jar, which we'll do in just a sec. Yeah, looks like it's reached its cap. This is how fast it's going to go. It's now limited by the fact that it'll only process one of the items so long as the internal buffer storage is empty. But because it's full now, it's having to stop, and that looks to have sorted all of that out for us now. So now that's that filled up. Now we can come in with a water jar like so. Go ahead and right click that. And now we have a water jar of Periditio. It's specifically 32. Each water jar can hold up to 64. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like looks like we're filling up on Terra now. Yeah, Terra was the thing that was probably clogging up the system. It depends on what item you're breaking down, how quickly this fills up. If you've got something like torches that only has, one aspect per, this thing probably is not going to fill up all that much. But cobblestone has 2 aspects inside it, so yeah, that is going to fill this up a little bit faster. But then if you've got something really complex, like say you're burning down thermometers for whatever reason, yeah, that's going to fill up really quick, because that's got, how many? 6, 8, plus 4 is 12. That's got a total of 12 aspects in there. I think this has a storage of, the buffer size is actually 50. I think it is. I can't quite remember that size, but I think it's about that. That would seem to be about right, because we had 50 something, and then it got jammed at about 4 or 3, something like that. Alright, looks like we've got this Terra one's about to fill up, so let's go ahead and get the other water jar here. And there you go! Now we've got some Terra and Periditio jars. Let's go ahead and bonk those down. And what the heck are these things used for? You're going to have to come back in the next episode to find out what all this stuff is about. Yeah, looks like we're pretty close to time here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Man, that was like a weird abrupt little ending, wasn't it? Well, we got ourselves the Arcane Olympics and the Smeltery now, as it's called, rather than the alchemical furnace. Did I call it that? It's a smeltery now. Gotta get used to the new terms, like I said. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. And the Twilight Forest series, yeah, there was a huge amount of support for that in the previous video, so I'm gonna need to make some arrangements to get that up and running. But just keep in mind, guys, that if there is going to be a new series on the channel, this thing's going to be a little more infrequent as a result of that. But I hope that's alright with you guys. So one final time, thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next one.